Okay, hello. I've returned for the second time today, though it is almost tomorrow. Today is now almost tomorrow. And let me just check to make sure everything is working well. Okay. So I have my camera right here. I guess that's fine for this placement. It'd be too much to have the top right blocked off, and it'll probably be too much to have the top left blocked off. So this will have to do. So, in the last part one of this stream, you could call it, or what I did earlier today, I wrote a script from scratch for a video, and then recorded it in Adobe Audition. Though I might have done a bit of false advertising because I didn't get to the section of Adobe Premiere. Because my thumbnail says, scripting and editing in Adobe Premiere. And I only got to the scripting part, which is actually done outside Adobe Premiere, so I apologize to anyone who was confused with that, if actually anyone was. Anyways, I wrote the script with a little help of ChatGPT, and it's a script on what makes a video game install-worthy. And I nearly ran my voice hoarse trying to record it. And now it is night, and it would not be wise for me to record it at night. Even though my birdie is now nice and quiet as it is dark. The biggest problem is actually the cicadas that are chirping right now, and I do not know if you can hear them or not. If I stop talking for a moment and turn on the rumble sound, maybe we can hear the cicadas. Surprisingly, we can't actually hear the cicadas outside. I guess that's a good thing. I believe the microphone currently working with OBS is the microphone in my webcam, an Anchor 2000, I believe? Or is it Anchor 200? Regardless, that one actually has some AI technology to cancel out some noise. So it might be canceling out all those nasty... Well, actually, I don't consider them nasty. But all those cicadas, all those lovely cicadas singing their songs of infinite love, and rupturing your eardrums at the same time. It's not even one of the big cicada years, there's just a lot of them. It's one of the medium cicada years. Anyways, into the actual video editing. So let's see, I don't need this anymore. That is already published. And I am fine getting rid of that content. In fact, it will actually make things easier if I do so. So typically, unless a video is very, very special, I don't actually keep the editing file for it. Simply because it'd just be too much on my storage and too much on my system. And I probably would never go back to it anyways. So for example, what I need to... Do I not have any in there? Then have I already removed all these clips? No, I have not. So where are they? Where are they? Ah, they are probably... No, they're not there. Why are they not there? Where did I put my clips? I am now just a tad bit consumed. Ah, here they are. Yes, these are the clips I'm removing now. because I do not need them, and they will actually interfere just a little bit with how I plan to proceed. Okay. So what I actually want to do, copy, okay. This will have most of the content I wanted to have as a startup. Okay. So the main video I want to make tonight is the one I wrote the script for earlier today. So the first thing I'm gonna do is move this out of the way. I probably won't need these for this particular video. We'll just move them off to the side. And these are basically just transitions that I use. I'm also going to clear out this and refill it. Let me make sure that I actually have other refills. Or is this that? This is just something I set up because I tried to figure out the easiest way to actually easily do text. Well, I don't have to spoil all my secrets right now because I don't think it's going to be relevant to this. Unless I'm doing something that has a lot of dialogue that I want actually popping up on screen. That's what that folder is for. Okay, I don't know if I need that. Probably not. Not today. And I'll probably get rid of this. Don't need that. Okay. So this is my watermark, and I use it on all my videos now because people have stolen my videos in the past, despite me being one of the smallest content creators. I had under 100 subs on YouTube for a very, very long time, and people were stealing my stuff. That is extremely disrespectful. Anyways, so everything now has a watermark. I am obsessive about it, and you can see it on the right hand corner. It's a very nice one. I am very good at designing things, and I'm bragging a little. But that's fine. Anyways, I am streaming just to myself right now, but it is helping me focus, and that's the main point of streaming to myself. Anyways, what makes a game install worthy? So the main thing I have to find now is where did I put that folder? Or where did I put that file? The audio file that I created today. Now I believe it should be okay, I need to turn this on really quick. Do I have to open up Adobe Edition to figure out where I'm sending my... Yes, wonderful. I need that on because it is tied to whether or not my go back button on my mouse will actually work or not. I don't actually need to keep it on, I just need to turn it on once and then it'll work in the background. Okay. So let's see. Where? This is annoying. I'm going to have to figure out where Adobe Edition is saving things to. Because I don't remember off the top of my head. That is embarrassing. Open recent. Okay, file, save as. Okay, browse. Oh! I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I literally have the file named audio recording. It's late. It's late, and I should probably be sleeping, but I want to get this done tonight. Okay. Anyways, here is the main thing for this video.
Do I have room for? What do I have to get rid of?
Okay, let's see. Is that audio too quiet? Okay, I typically actually make this -8. I should probably do that on the main file while I'm at it. Okay, audio gain. Now, I'm a bit sloppy with my audio to a certain degree. I sort of do things by ear. Is that the right expression? I don't know. Anyways. Okay, that is now blank. Okay. Anyways, a lot of stuff I set to about -12. Well, the intro I set to -8. This is actually -14 in all regards, so I think boosting it by about 4 will actually be quite nice.
Makes a game install worthy. I have a terrible, terrible problem. What do I install next? What do I have room for?
Now let's see, I have prepared some videos, I think, for this specific scenario. But I will have to find them. Let's see. Okay, that's going to be slightly annoying. Okay, deleting those. I might as well just bring this up. These are some of the files I recorded recently. Well, they're mostly matches that I don't necessarily need. And I am being sloppy, but I decided that I'm just going to do all the work now. So I'm doing all the work now, which includes finding the files I need. Quality entertainment. So what I'm actually looking for is any video that is not crossed out. Okay. Yes, this is what I was looking for. I'm gonna rename this. Okay. And were there any others that I needed from this session? Don't worry about that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a relevant video for this. It's relevant for the next video, though. Okay, and all the rest of the footage I need will actually be filler footage, I suppose. And I might not finish the video on stream, and I'm certainly not going to tell the video to compile on stream, because if I tell the video to compile on stream, the stream will crash. So let's see. First thing is clips.
Do I have to get rid of to make room?
In this unlink, I don't need any audio from this file.
What makes a game install worthy?
Okay, and for this, I'm probably gonna want B-roll footage. So actually, what might be the best way to do it is go to my finished videos, okay, I can use this as B-roll footage. I can use videos I've already done in the past. Just a wide variety of them. I'm just going to remove the audio from all of them because they're only just B-roll anyways. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Okay, I think that's the video I'm gonna want. And for this video, I just plan to fill up with videos I've already recorded and edited. Let's see. And I can go into my video storage. And let's see. And it's now midnight. Or after midnight. Let's see. I do have this problem occasionally. Okay. The grandfather clock is actually quite a bit late. Okay. And I have enough. Well, for right now, I don't know if I actually want to remove the audio, but we'll nuke it down to 20. And just see what kind of footage is good.
What makes a game install worthy? I have a terrible problem. What do I install?
Okay, this is just raw footage. So I will actually remove that. And I don't need that there. What I will use as the first video is this. I'll still nuke the audio down. And all the gameplay footage in this video will just effectively just be B-roll, so it's not really consequential. So I can basically have anything there.
What makes a game install worthy? I have a terrible
I'm actually going to nuke this down to -30.
terrible problem. What do I install next? What do I have room for? What do I have to get rid of to make room? This terrible problem.
You know, I might want to actually remake this video. Well, if I do that, the main thing would be to get rid of the bottom bar, because I now have a better one. Let's see. I might remake this video. I might remake the video I'm using as B-roll footage in the background after I am done streaming. Because all I'll have to do is put the old footage back in here, which I still have, and remove this bottom bar, which I was quite happy with at the time, but I'm no longer happy with, and replace it with the more modern version, which is sort of this. as you can see.
It was made worse by Epic Games with their free weekly game.
I might take a screenshot of Epic Games. That might be useful for this. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot or a clipping shot . Oh, come on! I literally just bought Elder Scrolls Online on Steam just a few days ago. I bought it on a discount for $6, so I'm not too unhappy about that, but okay. I might wanna, because that popped up, might wanna, for future reference, clear out my desktop just in case things I don't want are on there. And I will actually be somewhat yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with everything I cleaned off. Don't necessarily want viewers to see all the trash I have on my desktop. And you could only see that because I just saved the file. I didn't remember that would come up and show other files that are already saved. Okay, gonna get that off. And now, most of this stuff you won't see. If I bring that up again. Okay, so I had the screenshot I wanted. And I will... New folder, video screenshots. So let's see. Screenshots. Okay. So these are the first two that I need. Quite frankly, after I get more views, I do intend to go back and re-edit some of the older videos that did not get so many views and republish them with my new branding. This is my old branding up here. And let's see. I should probably move a bit so I'm better on camera. Okay, the mouse is still showing on the screen, so I did not make an error. So this bottom bar here was my old branding, and I have new branding that you can see on the screen. And I like the new branding a lot more. This was a little over the top, but it was cool at the time. And it was also definitely something that would be hard for someone to remove. Well, not covering up anything particularly important, but I'd like the sort of ribbon on the side or in the corner. doesn't take up too much space, and I can move it from left to right to top and bottom. I've made 4 different versions of it, as well as the center version and a few other versions that are different in shape.
What do I install next? What do I have room for? What do I have to get rid of to make room? This terrible problem is made worse by Epic Games with their...
Huh? Where did it save that screenshot to then? It must have saved it over here. We don't want it over there. We want it over here. Okay. Bringing that back up. Okay. Okay, we don't want that one there.
Free week.
In fact, I might even need to update that screenshot, because I now think I have even more Epic Games. Sheesh. Jeez. I've taken full advantage of most of the free games. I think I've missed out a few in the last few years. Typically only on the ones where they were doing it like once a day did I forget one. So my library is ridiculously extensive. I only have 7 installed of all the stuff I have. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna retake this screenshot because it's so ridiculous. Yeah, I never thought I'd have this many games when I was younger. And I should also bring up Steam. I could also bring up Battle.net, but it would be a bit too much. I think I'm also going to play some music, because I'm not going to be fiddling with the music just yet. So I'll bring up Steam, and I'll need to screenshot just how many games I have. There should be a spot on there that can do it. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay. And I don't need the freaking ad. Okay. Actually, I don't need that. Let's just deal with... So the core part of this video is I have more games that I know what to do with, and I want to make criteria on what is install worthy or not. and if there are any points where I should automatically reject the game. Okay. And we are going to close this. We don't need that ad. I could also get the BattleNet up too. And I probably have to... Well, I could download the IndieGala launcher. I have no clue how many games I have there. But I probably shouldn't, simply because I know that there is a large number of not safe for work games. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm not playing World of Warcraft again. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna take a screenshot. We're gonna retake that without the word favorites there. Okay, I don't really think that's a problem. Okay. And I'm just getting some screenshots from around the web. Okay, well that's an easy enough screenshot to make. I'm not going to show the account completely on screen, but I can show at least this. That won't show anything. Okay. Oh. Origin is dead. That's terrible. I knew I had a few games on there. And now EA has taken it over and I can't get those games again. Unless I download something. Well, I'm not going to do that today. I think I only have like Dragon Age on it. I don't know. But I'm just getting screenshots of various places where I have games for this video, just for the point of it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, allow. Okay. Log in. Agree. I'm not a robot. Okay, motorcycle. And I'm glad I'm not having this actually on the screen window. It's on the second monitor, so I'm quite happy about that being on the second monitor right now. And it's not pulling up my library. Okay, I probably need to go to my email to say, confirm this is me, I have logged in. Okay. Ah, just wonderful. Okay. Okay. Okay, I know I have more. The things I do for a screenshot for a video. This is a bit of a waste of time at this point. Store, okay. Let's see if this will pop up now. Am I going to download the Gala client? I think I am. Just so I can get a screenshot of how many random games I've been given from this. Which is at least 15, I think. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Okay. Well. Gonna have to open something up. Do. I don't want it installed directly on my main. Okay. And hopefully they'll keep all the IndieGala games actually installed on that drive. Okay, that's fine. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. It's not even. Look, I just wanted to tell me a number. Ah, it does tell me a number. Okay, file save as. That's exactly what I wanted. Some of the games that IndieGala has given me are not safe for work, so I don't actually want all of them listed on the screen. So let's see. We're gonna get rid of that bookmark. We're gonna cut these. We're going to put that over here. Okay. And now we can actually get back to what I was doing. Yeah, whatever. So my IndieGala client actually says I have 106 games. How did I get that many? I just collect free games every so often. It's the same problem with Epic Games. Okay. No, I don't want to see that. Okay, I don't want to see that. I want to see the effect controls. I want this to be up there for about half the time it is. Okay. And now we're finally to the point where I can comfortably edit the video. I'm just going to be using old videos of mine for the stock footage, but I am going to use the audio I recorded earlier today.
What makes a game install worthy?
Gonna have to turn off the music for a moment.
I have a terrible problem. What do I install next? What do I have room for? What do I have to get rid of to make room? This terrible problem is made worse by Epic Games with their free weekly game. Or made worse by Epic.
Okay, that's about where I want it anyways. And in fact, I can just have that take up the whole screen. In fact, I can even copy it. And just have a second one. Yeah, I actually like that. Okay. So that's the effect I'm going to go with. Probably don't need that many of them, but... yeah, that has the effect I sort of want. Okay.
This terrible problem is made worse by Epic Games with their free weekly game, or by Amazon, GOG, Steam.
Do I need to go to Amazon to get a screenshot from that too? Okay. Well, my account is not listing an exact number of the games I've gotten on Amazon for just the Prime subscription. So I do not know if I can make that a relevant screenshot. So I will try really quick. Okay, the best way to go about this is, actually I think that yeah, this is going to be the most humorous screenshot I can do. Okay, file, save as. Okay. And this is just for the very beginning of the video. Sheesh. Okay. Is something happening? I don't think so. Okay. I wonder if Amazon has their own games client. I don't know. Yes, okay.
Epic Games with their free weekly game, or by Amazon. GOG. Steam, IndieGala. IndieGala. And more.
Okay, so now I have to make this more humorous. Okay, well this one's going to be at the top, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to want... Okay... Gonna want it to go down just a little. Okay, is that appropriate?
Amazon, GOG, Steam, IndieGala, and more. Basically throwing games at me. I have more games than I can realistically play. Which ones are install worthy?
Okay.
Well, I can think of at least 5 criteria of why
Okay.
What makes a game install worthy? I have a terrible, terrible problem. Terrible problem. What do I install next? What do I have room for? What do I have to get rid of to make room? This terrible problem. It was made worse by Epic Games with their free weekly game, or by Amazon, GOG, Steam, IndieGala, and more, basically throwing games at me. I have more games than I can realistically play. Which ones are install worthy? Well, I can think of at least 5 criteria of why I should or should not install a game. The first thing is why I shouldn't, with predatory monetization.
Okay.
Dopamine traps. Games have gotten greedier over my life.
Okay. Okay. All the background footage I'm going to heavily nuke the audio for, so it does not interfere.
And dopamine traps. Games have gotten greedier over my life. And somehow now also AAA.
I'm just gonna need to nuke that a bit more.
Commonly traps. Games have gotten greedier over my life. Bad game.
I find this appropriate for this moment in the video dialogue.
Over my life. Bad games selling for $60 was the only worry of my youth. Now it's games milking every last dollar out of me. With all the new manipulative tactics commonly found in free-to-play games. Premium games, and somehow now also AAA games. You really should pay attention to the tricks and the reputation of developers now. You should judge a game by its developers, if it has intrusive ads in it, if it uses any sort
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Looking for some footage that I know will be good. If I can find it.
Sort of loot box system. If it
Okay, view. Okay. Okay, let's see if I have a better one. No. No, that's not the footage I need. Okay, this one will do for what I want. Well, we will put that over there. We will audio gain -30. Should probably nuke it enough.
it tempts players with season passes and really should pay attention to the tricks and the reputation of developers now. You should judge a game by its developer. Your ass doll out of me. Of all the new manipulative tactics commonly found in free-to-play games, freemium games games. You really should pay attention to the tricks and the reputation of developers now. You should judge a game by its developers, if it has intrusive ads in it, if it uses any sort of loot box system, if it tempts players with season passes and promo content.
Okay. That's good enough for that little clip. Let's see. Just looking for more clips to use.
of missing out, and if it uses any tactic to obfuscate how much it will cost you, such as multiple premium currencies. You should be wary of dopamine traps, the gameplay loops designed for addiction rather than fun, some of which are daily.
Okay. I have a lot of old clips that I can pull from for this video, and I'm going through with them as I work. Oh hey, there's some pretty valuable stuff. I don't know. Not particularly valuable in that clip, but going to quickly go through a few of these clips to see if I pull anything legendary in them. Need to pull legendary, otherwise the clip won't be as impressive. These are old clips, I don't even remember what's in them. Okay, and I'm doing that off camera, so maybe I should do it on camera, I don't know. Yeah, I'm currently just pulling these loot box videos that I recorded a very long time ago. Ah, there's a legendary. Okay, perfect. It's, which one? This one, it's not even labeled anything. So I'll go ahead and relabel that. Okay. I plan to make some video about how corrupt loot boxes were a long time ago, and that's why I saved these clips.
Which is why we should find.
As I'm going to want to reduce that down to -40.
And fun games that are. Yet a bad story can ruin a game.
I know it's in here somewhere.
Harmful or morally wrong. Into that, we should find fun games that are install worthy.
I was it near the beginning?
Just puzzles, exploration, crafting, build alone, such as Portal. Minecraft is great for its great for its craft. The story. Some games are worth installing. Never needed a story. Yet a bad story can ruin a game. End of the day, what matters most is if a game is fun.
Okay, here we go.
But we are playing games because they are fun. Because they relieve our boredom and stimulate our imagination. Loops designed for addiction rather than fun, some of which are how much it will cost you, such as multiple premium currencies. You should be wary of dopamine traps. The game
And that's actually good to switch to Heart of the Storm, because there are multiple premium currencies in that game, from what I understand. And it's a manipulative game that was fun at one time, but I haven't played it in years. Okay.
gameplay loops designed for addiction rather than fun, some of which are daily login bonuses, daily quests.
Okay, and I do believe... No, I don't have that video yet on the file, or rather in the video. Okay, well those are already there, and I'm not going to be getting any more screenshots from that, I believe. Okay, so I'm just going to close that out. Okay, this video will have what I need. -30. Okay, that's fine enough. Yeah, it's good to have a large amount of footage that you haven't been using for 5+ years.
You should be wary of dopamine traps, the gameplay loops designed for addiction rather than fun, some of which are daily login bonuses, daily quests, grindy progression systems, and loot boxes, and season passes again.
Okay. Now I'm going to look for some other footage. Ah, yes, this is actually quite perfect for that. God, I hated that. It's such a shitty system.
Progression systems and loot boxes and season passes again. And boxes, and season passes again. Any of the common or uncommon tactics of predatory monetization or dopamine traps are legitimate reasons on why a game is not install worthy. But what about the other side of the coin? What good things make a game install worthy? The first thing is the gameplay.
Okay. I have no clue why this video is much smaller.
What good things make a game install worthy? The other side of the coin. What good things make a game install worthy? The first thing is the gameplay. Good gameplay can outweigh a lot of predatory monetization and dopamine traps. Of course, bad gameplay and bad controls are still a plague on gamers. It's funny how gameplay used to be my number one concern when getting a game. It took a lot of abuse from Blizzard to learn better. Good gameplay shines.
Okay, 40.
Gameplay shines in its movement, combat, and mechanics such as puzzles, exploration, crafting, building, and gimmicks. Some games are worth playing for the gimmicks alone, such as
Okay. Things seem to be working out quite well. I'm just finding relevant clips that would work well with this video. I'm not even going to really add text to it. I thought about doing that, but let's see. Where was that? It was right here. Do I need that? I don't think so. I'll remove that for right now. It's also a lot more hassle to add a lot of text.
Of course, bad gameplay and bad controls are still a plague on gamers. It's funny how gameplay used to be my #1 concern when getting a game. It took a lot of abuse from Blizzard to learn better.
And this is so appropriate because I killed Sylvanas in this clip. And that is the single most abusive thing in Blizzard storytelling is the Sylvanas story. So it's very apt, if coincidental.
Good gameplay shines in its movement, combat, and mechanics such as puzzles, exploration, crafting, building.
And this is one of my old videos and was basically showcasing that Dark Souls was so good because it's gameplay, mechanics, story, music, and such that you didn't even need the graphics. So I scaled down the graphics to an extremely low degree for the sake of this video.
Building and gimmicks. Some games are worth playing for the gimmicks alone, such as Portal, Minecraft. Some games are worth playing for the gimmicks.
Okay. Now I might even have some Portal footage hidden away somewhere on my disk. And I will have to see if I can find it. Yeah. Now I am looking into some really, really old files that I have not looked into like 5 or 6 years. Sheesh. This is a blast from the past when I used to play Hearthstone. And here's the story. I love Blizzard games before their greed really, really sickened me. What I'm actually looking for is none of these games. And a lot of these files I should have just deleted. Ah, dearie me. But I know I actually do have, possibly have, I possibly have some clips that I'm looking for. Because I know I did some small recording of Portal 2 with a friend of mine. And I do not know if I can even find that. Sheesh. I'd be better off if I just deleted all these. Okay. Some really old videos of mine. Why would I... I really don't need to keep any of this WoW Classic stuff. It's it's no longer even remotely relevant. Yeah, these are even labeled wrong. That's terrible. Sheesh. At one point I was thinking of just editing all of these and going through them all, but that would take like 1,000 hours at this point. It would literally take 1,000 hours and no one would watch it. So terrible. I had so many video ideas that I just never got around to because of my ADHD. Oh, sweet. Some of this clips might actually be useful. Oh, the pain though. The pain of going back and editing them. I really don't want to have to go get a clip for Portal just because I mentioned it in the script. I really don't want to have to get a... Do I have any other gimmick games that I have scripts of? Well, I mean, Hearthstone's sort of a gimmick game, but I've used enough footage from it. Okay. This is just bad at this point. Well, the good news is no one's watching and no one's likely to be watching. Okay, if I don't find what I'm looking for clip-wise in here, then I'm going to assume that I do not have it. So I need to think of the clips that I have right now. That would be the best as a gimmick. This might have something. It's the oldest videos I have. And to celebrate, if I don't find anything in this folder, oh, apparently I have more things in this folder. I labeled all of these videos. What a freaking waste. And then I never edited them. And none of these were actually recorded in Xfire. Yet the folder is labeled Xfire. Xfire was an old... Xfire was an old free recording program that had a watermark, so it was vastly inferior to OBS. Dearie me. I should not show this to the audience. Okay. I'm just going to have to give up on the tangent that I've gone off on for the last 20 or so minutes. Hopefully it was not actually longer than that. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Okay, it's fine. I know the footage I can use for a gimmick. Okay.
Some games are worth playing for the gimmicks alone, such as Portal. Minecraft is great for its crafting and building. Journey is a beautiful game of exploration. After gameplay, there is story. Some games...
I'm just going to put that there, and it's not going to be any more than just that. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to use this very short amount of Skyrim footage.
Crafting and building. Journey is a beautiful game of exploration. After gameplay, there is story. Some games are worth installing for their story alone, while others do not need it. Chess never needed a story. Needed a story.
Actually, that's perfect for the next clip.
Story alone, while others do not need it. Installing for their story alone.
StarCraft 2 really did not need the story. The story sort of hindered StarCraft 2, so it's very appropriate.
Do not need it. Chess never needed a story. Yet a bad story can ruin a game, and a great story can ruin a game, and a great story can overcome bad gameplay.
A good story can overcome bad gameplay. Okay, is there any game I have like that I can reference? I might have to get another clip for this particular sentence, because I can't think of any game with good story but bad gameplay that I actually played recently. Would I consider any of these to have bad gameplay? Actually, yeah, Morrowind. Morrowind and Oblivion, I'd probably consider to have bad gameplay. But good story. And technically, I consider Walking Dead to have bad gameplay but good story. Well, the game is entirely story, pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to have to write down and get some Morrowind footage, even if it's just a little. Where is my pencil? Should have a pencil nearby. Oh, yes. Over there. Over there, I should have a pencil. Good. So I just need to make some notes. And there's a note card. Footage that I'll have to get to finally finish this video. And to be honest, the footage of good story in Morrowind can literally be just St. Giub. Okay.
And at the end of the day, what matters most is if a game is fun. Whether or not you get your dopamine.
Okay, and I think that this would be a good point to -40.
May revile dopamine traps as manipulative, but we are playing games because they are fun. Because they relieve our boredom and stimulate our imaginations. Which is why we should find fun games that are install-worthy. There are also some final considerations on whether or not a game is install-worthy. When I talk about predatory monetization or dopamine traps, I talk about those because I find them harmful or morally wrong. And to that extent, there is nothing wrong with rejecting games that promote content or ideas that you find wrong. For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison.
Okay. I need to find a clip of something that's poisonous. I've already used a bunch of clips of packs and stuff. So I need to find something else. Something poisonous. Actually, I can bring up an Idle Champions. I can search for a few different things. The first thing I'm looking for is a clip of something that is toxic or nasty. So let's see. Okay, I think that this is probably going to be a good enough clip. We'll see. This is going to be my something.
For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject content. It's also not wrong to reject blood and gore or And to that extent, there is nothing wrong with rejecting games that promote content or ideas that you find wrong. For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject content. It's also not wrong to reject blood and gore or suggestive content. Another consideration is what gave me the idea for installing the file size. Once upon a time, games did.
Okay, and I know what to go there.
The idea for installing. Another consideration is what gave me the idea for installing the file. File size. Once upon a time, games did not exceed the file size of the disc or cartridge they were on. There are many reasons why having massive games can be a deal breaker. I had to uninstall World of Warships and The Elder Scrolls Online because they were both over 100 gigabytes, and I didn't have room to spare for them. I suspect other gamers might not even have room to install them in the first place. consideration is what gave me the idea in the first place. There is also the question on whether a game is worth keeping installed. For some games, once you are done with the story, you are done, but you could still and the Elder Scrolls Online because they were both over 100 gigabytes. And I didn't have room to spare for them. I suspect other gamers might not even have room to install it in the first place. There is also the question on whether a game is worth keeping installed. For some games, once you are done with the story, you are done, but you could still find it fun to replay. For others, they may have systems to keep you around forever or until you are bored. Some games will keep adding content, growing in file size, but also things to do. That can also be a trap, but it isn't necessarily so. Sometimes you must uninstall a good game to make room for others. What is installware? There are many factors. Your preferences, your morals, your wallet, and most of all, your enjoyment. I hope by listening to my perspective you account your own. I intend after this video to start my own review series on what is installware, and maybe, just maybe, we can see the games industry become a little less predatory as more people start to make these considerations. With that, I say goodbye.
Okay. So I need to find a few appropriate clips to finish this off. Okay, this is a fine clip for the toxic poisonous thing. I'm not going to overthink it too much.
It's also not wrong to reject blood and gore or suggestive content. Another consideration is what gave me the idea for those because I find them harmful or morally wrong. And to that extent, there is nothing wrong with rejecting games that I talk about predatory monetization or dopamine traps. I talk about those because I find them harmful. harmful or morally wrong. And to that extent, there is nothing wrong with rejecting games that promote content or ideas that you find wrong. For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject content. It's also not wrong to reject blood and gore or For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject content. It's also not wrong to reject blood and gore or suggestive content. Another consideration is for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. Ideas that you find wrong. For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject you find wrong. For me, woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject content. It's also not wrong.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a blast from the past.
Woke politics is one of those. It has been a poison on all media for some time now, and I don't want it in my games. I think it's okay for people to reject content. It's also not wrong. To reject blood and gore or suggestive content. Another consideration is what
That's just perfect.
wrong to reject blood and gore or suggestive content. Another consideration is what gave me the idea for install worthy.
Okay, where is it? Did I delete that for some reason, or... That's odd. I guess I did delete it really quick. Because it should have been right there. What happened to it? I must have deleted that clip really quick. Because I am not finding it. What did I do with that clip? Doesn't matter too much, because I can just pull it up again.
content. Another consideration is what gave me the idea for install-worthy: the file size. Once upon a time, games did not exceed the file size of the disc or cartridge they were on. There are many reasons why having massive games can be a deal breaker. I had to uninstall World of Warships and The Elder Scrolls Online because they were both over 100 gigabytes, and I didn't have room to spare for them. I suspect other gamers might not even have room to install them in the first place. There is also the question on whether a game is worth keeping installed. For some games, once you are done with the story, you are done, but you could still find it fun to replay. For others, they may have systems to keep you around forever.
Okay. Systems to keep you around forever. Okay, let's see if I can find what I'm looking for, the next clip. Okay, that's funny. But not what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to use this clip just as a funny one. It's not exactly the most fitting thing, but it's an old clip that I've never used. Gain minus.
Or until you are bored. Some games will keep adding content, growing systems to keep you around forever or until you are bored. Some games will keep adding content, growing in file size, but also things do. That can also be a trap, but it isn't necessarily so. Sometimes you must uninstall a good game to make room for others. What is installed? Question on whether a game is worth keeping installed. For some games, once you are done with the story, you are done, but you could still find it fun to replay. For others, they may have systems to keep you around forever or until you are bored. Some games will keep adding content, growing in file size, but also things to do. That can also...
Okay, that's fine. Just have that one single Overwatch clip in there.
also be a trap, but it isn't necessarily so. Sometimes you must uninstall a good game to make room for others. What is...
Okay.
is install well? There are many factors. Your preferences, your morals, your wallet, and most of all, your enjoyment. I hope by listening to my perspective you enhance your own. I intend after this video to start my own review series on what is install worthy, and maybe, just maybe, we can see the games industry become a little less predatory, as more people start to make these considerations. With that, I say goodbye.
Okay. So I know I need some more clips that I don't have recorded to finish this video. And that's just how it is. So I think I can get some clips from some of my favorite games. I'm going to get a clip from Morrowind. I'm going to get a clip of uninstalling a game or two for the final segment. And let's see. Should I get a clip from Battlefleet Gothic Armada? Or should I get a clip from something else? Magicka would probably do it. I do like Magicka. And it also needs to be a game where I can get to something a bit more deep into the game to get a clip from fairly quickly. So it can't be something that I just install or reinstall. I could go back to that point where I made a comment about a gimmick, but I already put something else that's gimmick there, so it's fine if I don't do that. So I think that let's see. For clip hunting, I might do Shrine, Overlord, and Magicka. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I think those three games will provide me clips that I think are fine. And let's see. I think that'll be fine for that. So I will finish this particular video later, but I've gone over everything I need to do. This is actually a much harder video to produce than most that I make. Sheesh, just putting in the time. How long has this been recording? This has been recording for 2 hours and 11 minutes so far. So putting in the time with the other video, which was 4 hours, I'll check that right now. That video was 4 hours and 26 minutes. So this is about a 6-hour video for a 5-minute video. And when you can factor in all the clips that I pulled from, well, I had them all available, And none of them were specifically for this. It's a good deal of effort. Now the question is, should I add any of that text of my points?
There's 5 criteria why I should or should not install a game. The first thing is why I shouldn't, with predatory monetization and dopamine traps. Games have gotten greedier over my life. Bad games selling for $60 was the only worry of my youth. Now it's games milking every last dollar out of me, with all the new manipulative tactics commonly found in free-to-play games, freemium games, and somehow now also AAA games. You really should pay attention to the tricks and the reputation of developers now. You should judge a game by its developers if it has intrusive ads in it, if it uses any sort of loot box system, if it tempts players with season passes and FOMO content, FOMO being fear of missing out, and if it uses any tactic to obfuscate how much it will cost you, such as multiple premium currencies. You should be wary of dopamine traps, the gameplay loops designed for addiction rather than fun, some of which are daily login bonuses, daily quests, grinding progression systems, and loot boxes, and season passes again. Any of the common or uncommon tactics of predatory monetization or dopamine traps are legitimate reasons on why a game is not install-worthy. But what about the other side of the coin? What good things make a game install-worthy? The first thing is the gameplay. Good gameplay can outweigh a lot of predatory monetization and dopamine traps. Of course, bad gameplay and bad controls are still a plague on gamers. It's funny how gameplay used to be the #1 concern when getting a game. It took a lot of abuse from Blizzard to learn better. Good gameplay shines in its movement, combat.
Okay. So I also need a clip from Morrowind. Yes, I already mentioned that. Okay. So then I'm quite happy with what I have here. So I'm going to add a... I want to do something else while I am still awake. Okay. Okay. So I do have all the stuff I wanted to do with that video. It's pretty much a wrap, and I can just finish that very quickly tomorrow after I wake up. And let's see. Now for some more simple videos that I can just crank out. One thing I can do is... This is not the right folder. Okay. Okay. Turn that off for right now. Going to clear that. Okay. That's going to be a quick clip. Okay. That's very cute. Okay. Am I gonna use the full thing, or... Yeah, I'll go ahead and use the full thing, it's fine. Because that bird flying is actually somewhat interesting. Now, do I want to scale this up? Ever so slightly. Let's see. It would have to be 120 at most. Okay. Okay, I think that's fine. I am actually quite happy with that. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. That'll work. And let's see. That's actually a sparrow, and I had the clip named as Finch Fight. That's a bit disappointing. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually watch this again. Okay, there was another clip of the finches fighting just now. Okay, I don't particularly care about using that clip, but we have effectively 4 short videos here. It's actually surprising that I got this sort of clip twice. That's sort of hilarious sounding, actually. Okay, I don't really need this to actually be that long. And this one I can actually scale it up a bit. Okay, we're going to want that to actually be about one. And position. Or do we want that back to be 100? Yeah, we're going to want that just to stay at 100. Okay. Now I am quite tired, but I have basically 4 different videos here. Not a single one of them are going to use the stuff I have over here, so I'm going to go ahead and clear that. I use those as intermission / advertisement. And what they look like is this. And I have kaleidoscope artwork for sale. And it goes along well with that. Okay. So the most important thing with these short clips is finding the right music for them. And let's see. Let's see, I might need to look through my sound effects because I want something comedic. I don't know if I have a sound effect or if I need to go find a sound effect for that. Okay, there's a frog. Let's see. Not what I want. Okay. And I'm going to want between every few videos that I post to YouTube and stuff, a few chances to go viral with cute animal videos. So let's see. Do. So I have these sorts of sounds. But I don't know if that's going to be appropriate for what I want. No. I'll have to go digging through sound effects to find something properly comedic. I feel. No. No. You have to go digging deep to find the right sound effect. And I'm also very tired right now. I've been streaming for 2 hours 30 minutes and it is 2 hours and 12 minutes past midnight. So I think I'm going to end it there. I don't have an audience right now anyway, so we can call it a night here and continue on in the morning. I will do a few things. I'll finish that other video, the one I was working on most of the night, and then I will find the sound effect. I need to go collect some more clips, and I will post that video tomorrow or today. Might be today. Depends on when I wake up. I am way too tired to keep doing this. Okay. But that is it for tonight. So I'm going to put on the end screen.